Now that we're on this topic, I gotta ask:
Really?
do you care about your stories in your video games, or do you skip all the dialogue? Are you just a gameplay gal?
It depends on the story, to be honest. It takes a lot to get me invested in a story. It has to have something really special, I think. Otherwise, I'll skip everything if I just enjoy the gameplay. It really depends. For example, I really liked Bloodborne's very subtle lore, I would say. I enjoyed that aspect of it.
You're the 1%, by the way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I guess. But I liked the subtle storytelling. It just depends, is I guess the basic answer that I would give.
So the game boots up, right? First cutscene plays. You'll always give the first cutscene a chance?
Yeah, I would say so.
I'll just immediately skip.
Okay.
Every single time. I'm like, I want to get in the damn game. Stop fucking making me watch shit. You know?
I see.
And I'm like, oh, there's an hour cutscene before I can play the game. Fucking brilliant.
Grab your popcorn.
I was going to get a PS4 to get Death Stranding, but when I heard there was like a movie at the end,
the final cutscene.
I was like, I'm okay. I don't want that.
Death Stranding sounds like the worst game you could possibly play because even the gameplay is not really gameplay.
Yeah.
It's just walking. It's a walking simulator, right?
That's what I've heard. That is the word on the street. I personally haven't played it yet.
Like that's the only reason why. Like I love my story-based games. Don't get me wrong. Like JRPGs, I'm like fucking all over that shit. But when I heard that the last cutscene for Death Stranding is 2 hours, long,
I was like, I'm not
and
buying
you can't
this
skip it. I'm just like, Kojima, why? You should have just made a movie. Like, why did you? That's the thing. Death Stranding isn't a game. It's just a movie with a game attached to it. That's basically what it was. Kojima's like, I want to make a movie. Yeah. People are like, no one's gonna watch that. It's like, but what if I put a game in it?
Well, I think that when you find the balance, it's perfect. For example, the game that I really want to play on stream, but I can't right now, is Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, it's such a good game. That is such a good
fucking
game.
love that game. It's so good. I've never been obsessed with the game in so long, but.
To it. That's basically what it was. Kojima's like, I want to make a movie.
Yeah.
People are like, no one's gonna watch that. It's like, but what if I put a game in it?
Well, I think that when you find the balance, it's perfect. For example, the game that I really want to play on stream, but I can't right now, is Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, it's such a good game.
That is such a good fucking love that game. It's so good. I've never been obsessed with the game in so long, but.
That's like that is the perfect mix of story and gameplay.
I wish life was as beautiful as what it is, but how it's portrayed in Ghost of Tsushima.
Dude, I still really want to go to Tsushima.
After
playing that game.
Same.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
I'm a PC gamer and like everything but console. I used to be like addicted to Xbox, but then I just like.
Yeah, you still don't own a PlayStation, do you?
No.
Which is.
I'll get a PS5.
Sad.
I'll get a PS5. It's fine.
Will you?
Probably not. Let's be honest. I mean, I have a Switch that I barely play.
Right.
Yeah.
I bought like a lot of games for Switch that have been unopened. So I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play it one day. I'm gonna do it, and I never do. Because then I'm just like, all right, boot up League of Legends again and be depressed for another hour.
So to contrast Joey's virgin gamer setup, what is your setup when you stream your games?
Okay, well, basically, so far, here's basically how my journey has gone with streaming games. So from the beginning, out the gate, despite having bought a quote-unquote gamer laptop, a so-called gamer laptop.
Cringe down my spine.
Right? Yeah. That's what they call it, right? When you stroll into the store and you're like, I need something kind of high spec for what I want to do, right? You walk in there like, let me show you, and they take you over to the gamer. Yeah, exactly. Well, I needed something that would suit my needs for animating, for doing my animation freelance.
Right.
So I, told them what I needed, and they said, well, how about this gaming laptop? And I said, I kind of like games. That's
how they get you.
Okay, well, I'll get this gaming laptop.
Gamer girl, right?
Yeah, and I can play games on it, and I can animate. So I buy it, and then I realized, I can kind of play games on it at like a medium quality, but can I stream them? Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot do that. And I realized very quickly that wasn't going to work, especially for this line of work, right?
Yeah.
So before that, I was just using, I guess, what is a game capture device that I route to my television screen, and then I route it into the laptop, and it's able to capture it perfectly fine. I'm playing on my console, because obviously, if I'm using a console, it's not a problem. On the computer while I'm trying to stream, etc. But recently, to fix that, because of course playing Doom on PS4 has been something else. I tell you what, with PS4, it's just been something else. I decided, you know, we'd try and get like a new PC, and I received one. I was very fortunate, and so I set it up, and then I thought to myself, okay, great, I can play PC games. And then I set it up, and I realized, my apartment is so small, I actually don't have any space for the mouse or the keyboard.
Oh my
So
God.
my mouse setup, my mouse is currently sitting on top of the tower, the rectangle, the powerful rectangle. That is, I guess, the computer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so my mouse is on
fucking
top
with
of it.
me. You're fucking
My
with me.
mouse is on top of it, and I move it about 2 inches, and I have to pick it up and put it back, and then move it another 2 inches to try and get to where I need to go. What? The mouse to where I need it to go across 4 monitors. Right? Imagine just a crouched goblin sitting on the floor with a chair on the floor, a desk on the floor, surrounded by 4 monitors, with my mouse on top of the tower that is my
Yo,
computer.
we need to get you a new cardboard box, I think.
Yeah, for real.
The cardboard box size you got right now is not big enough.
Well, unfortunately, you know, when I try to put the mouse somewhere else, but then I realize, my bed is there. There's no room for anything
Oh my
in my
God.
room. Well, the good news is though, I've already mentioned this before on stream. I'm moving.
Hell
So
yeah.
so now the new place is much bigger, new desk, new setup. I'm finally going to be able to play PC games. I'm very excited.
You can finally get your gamer chair, like a true
Yes!
gamer girl.
Yes,
I was about to say, like, the Sims are probably hearing the stream, like, don't worry, Queen, we got you.
We got you.
Need a new apartment? Well, we'll get that for you,
Desk
Queen.
fund.
accept card?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Open super chats.
Here comes the rainbow, raining down. Goodness
I imagine if you're
gracious.
trying to find a new apartment in Japan, you'd hope that like the realtor was a simp, so that you know they'd probably make getting a house in Japan a little easier. Because,
Right.
I don't know. Have you had difficulty getting an apartment in Japan?
I did mention this actually on a members only stream recently. I guess I'll go into it here, but basically, yeah, it's been tough as a Reaper, I would say.
Right.
Kind of finding an abode for
think,
me
yeah.
because as a Reaper it's a little difficult, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
We got-
and you can say, I do this and this and this.
Oh yeah, they don't care.
But it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah.
So yeah, but the good news is it worked out in the end, and for that I am fortunate.
Yeah.
So.
That's the ironic thing, isn't it? It's like you can be like, yes, I'm a multi-millionaire who makes his own
I
money.
have
It's like,
so much.
okay,
Yes.
that's cool.
I would like to buy.
Do you have a uni degree though?
Do you have a unit degree? Do you speak Japanese?
Yeah.
How about this thing that you have no control over?
Yeah,
I
right.
see. Okay, well, sorry, but kindly fuck off.
So you want to buy this whole building, but you know it's all good. I just wonder if you know how to separate glass from plastic. It's just I can't fathom if you can.
We don't have an English like
Yeah,
thing,
so-
by the way.
yeah,
Like, are you going to be okay?
Like my apartment is 4 bedrooms. I don't need 4 bedrooms. I only use 2 of the bedrooms because no other apartment would accept it.
Right,
So I
right.
end up with a place with 4 bedrooms. And it looks so excessive when like people come to my like, why are 2 of the rooms not being used?
Yeah.
I'm like, I couldn't get anywhere else.
We go from, I don't have enough space to put my mouth to, I have 4 bedrooms, but I
What
don't
do I
need 4
do?
bedrooms.
The ultimate flex.
I have a gigantic tatami room which you can have. I don't do anything with it. I sometimes go in it. It smells really weird. Tatami. I don't like the smell of tatami.
Clean it.
Yeah.
You gotta clean it. I don't
course
use
you
it.
do.
How'd you clean tatami?
I think you throw water on it, right?
Yeah, there's like special like equipment that you can use.
Like Tommy vacuum.
I mean, yeah, because
You do?
Yeah, because it collects mold.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
I mean, tatami's made out of a plant, right?
Yes.
So if you don't clean it regularly,
I know that.
then
Get
it,
that-
then it gets
How'd
moldy.
you
You gotta get that dehumidifier, man.
Yeah,
That's the key.
there's like, there's different ways that like, there's like certain. I mean, I've never done it.
It doesn't
but-
matter because they're charging me anyway when I leave to replace it. So
Right.
if there's animals living in there when I leave, so good.
Yeah, I remember like the week that me and Sydney moved into our apartment.
Yeah.
Like she stains the tatami mat within the first few days, and we didn't realize because we had I think we'd spilled some water over it or something.
Red Bull. I remember. Her
Was it Red Bull?
Yeah, I remember her being like paranoid. Being like, how do I clean Red Bull from the tatami mat? How do I-
Yeah,
That
and-
is the most like I just moved to Japan post.
because as a foreigner, you just don't know how to deal with tatami rooms, right? So I'm like, can you put furniture in here? How the fuck do we put anything in here?
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Have you ever lived in a tatami room? Like it?
Back in the day. Not really. I mean, it wasn't quite my choice, was it? Because I recall back in the day, I kind of didn't get to choose where I lived. I was moving to a new city, and they were just kind of like, okay, go here. This is your place. And I waltzed in. It was super old. The walls were actually kind of crumbling, like on the inside. There was a really ancient tatami. Actually, I already had water damage, so I went ahead and water damaged it a little bit more. So what I did was I was trying to figure out how to dry my clothing, because I had a washer outside, and I washed my clothing there, and it was kind of my first experience in this kind of room, and I thought to myself, well, I have to hang these to dry, right? Okay, I'll just do it in my house. So I hung it up, and it was dripping, right? And so yeah, so I went ahead and I went to sleep, and I woke up and I thought to myself, what is that scent? What is that scent in my home? And then I looked over to the side and I looked at the dark spot on the tatami mat and I thought, I see.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. The good news is I just kind of ran away and that was it.
It's your problem.
One thing I will say though that not many foreigners get to experience is sleeping on a futon. And I will say, sleeping on a futon in a tatami mat room is like
nice,
it's the best night of sleep I ever get.
Yeah, it's not
I don't know what it is about the feeling of just sleeping on the floor. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like sleeping at grandma's house or something like that.
Yeah.
I personally love tatami rooms.
When Grant first told me that he loved it, I was just like that meme of like, is this some peasant joke? I'm too rich to understand. Is that the meme?
Yeah. Is this some peasant joke I'm too rich to understand?
Because I have a whole tatami room. Like, why would I voluntarily sleep on that? I have a bed.
I don't know, man. Like, because like
I like it now. I like it.
Yeah.
Because when we go to Ryokans, we're forced.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And like, you know, my grandma's house was nothing but tatami, right? Because it was in the middle of buttfuck nowhere in like the Japanese countryside, and sleep like just lying down on that in like on a summer day is like the best fucking nap you'll ever
I feel like
take.
it did wonders for my back.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
it is good
does.
for that.
It straightens it out.
It's strange to think about that sleeping on the floor is like more like it feels more healthy for your back and stuff than sleeping on a bed elevated.
Yeah, it is weird, right? It's kind of an oxymoronic almost.
Yeah.
That like somehow the most uncomfortable sleeping like situation.
That's how humans been sleeping for like most of.
All right, God.
We're going back to the Neanderthal days, of sleeping on the ground.
So, were you an anime fan or anything as well?
Well, I used to watch anime way back in the day. I would have to say, I've seen a lot from maybe 2010s, I would say. But the most recent anime that I really enjoyed, I really liked Dr. Stone. I've mentioned Dr. Stone. I really liked Made in Abyss. So those were the two that I was really into.
We know the guy who did the soundtrack to Made in Abyss.
Really, you know what?
Shout out to Kevin.
Kevin.
Wait, I love the soundtrack.
Yeah. He's just this really Aussie bloke.
Yeah. You won't be amazed if you ever meet him in real life.
Oh yeah.
He's just a normal
He's just the most
Australian.
normal Australian dude.
Normal dude.
Who's just like, yeah, I did Made in Abyss.
We'll get drunk with him. It'll be fine.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Dr. Stone. Yeah, I mean,
I
like,
kind of thought the Dr. Stone anime was mid. There, I said it.
Oh, that's
Wow.
okay. I can totally understand that. I don't really know why I enjoyed it. I think that my method of like thought at that time was I haven't watched anime in a long time.
Right.
Let's just watch something. This guy has a head that looks like a piece of celery. Let's just go into it. And I checked it out, and I really like the main character. He made me laugh a lot. He has like a personality that I enjoy. And yeah, I mean, I think the characters are fine, but I don't know what it was. I think I did. It was a nice, comfy show that I could sit back and not really care
I'll agree
too
with
much
that,
about.
yeah.
It was definitely
I think
Yeah.
because everyone was hyping it up as like the next big show.
Isn't that just what happens?
It's really weird, right? Because I think the thing I didn't like about it was the shonen side.
Yeah,
The fact that it was like a typical Shonen Jump anime.
Right.
And what I didn't like was when they had like these arbitrary battles and stuff like that. Like, I saw the tournament arc, and it was the first time I was like, why is there a tournament arc? Please get rid of the tournament
That's true.
arc.
That was so bad. It's like, just get back to the science.
I
like
didn't
it.
even get that far.
Yeah.
Get back to the science. We want the science.
We want the
Whenever they
science.
were just inventing stuff, like that scene where they invent the light bulb, fucking brilliant scene.
Yeah, that was awesome. I
Yeah,
love that kind of
but
stuff.
like when they're fighting, I'm like, get this shit out of me.
I think as well there might have been like, at least in Japan, there might have been like a prior hype to it because it was written by the same guy who did Ice Shield 21.
right.
Right, so people are like, oh shit, this is the guy who wrote Ice Shield 21, so it must be just as good as Ice Shield 21. And then you watch it and you're like,
But you also mentioned 2010's anime. Do you
Yeah.
have like a few favorites you could list off from
I think I
2010?
remember from your debut stream you said you really like Madoka Magica, right?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 100% big fan.
Oh, can we call Madoka Magica a classic now? Is it that old?
I think
Is
so.
That's old. God,
2011, I think?
God damn it.
So far, not trash taste. What else is on
Yeah.
the list, I wonder?
My number one favorite show of all time it has to be Gurren Lagann.
Yes.
Good taste.
That's a classic.
That is a classic.
That's a
now.
classic.
It was one of my first, actually, anime that I really watched and loved. So.
Was that like the anime that you'd say got you
Got
into
me
anime?
Yes, I would say. Well, because I had watched a couple before that my friends in Reaper School had recommended to me. For example, like I watched, of course, Inuyasha was just on TV.
of course.
Yeah.
So I watched that. And then Full Metal Alchemist as well. I watched that.
course.
And
Yeah.
I enjoyed. But I still thought that anime, I was like, okay, anime is kind of cool. You know, I drew it a little bit. But I didn't really get into it until I watched Gurren Lagann. And I was like, this made me feel something that I didn't feel before. That's crazy. I love it. And maybe anime is like this. Cool. Awesome. I'm going to keep watching it. And still to this day, I haven't found
Unfortunately,
it
we
better.
wouldn't see anything like that for a very long time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just checked. Madoka Magica is 2011, so I'd say almost 10 years
Almost
old
10 years.
at this point, which is fucking nuts.
Fuck.
Like I just remember what magical girls were like before Madoka Magica, and
Yeah.
now like every magical girl I see,
an
it's like
edgelord.
it's like an edgelord fest show.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, remember when people were like, "Damn, Revolutionary Girl Utena is so edgy," and then it's like, "Oh shit, never mind." Madoka Magica has like people actually dying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
a big. It was a big.
Did you
turning point.
like how deep were you into it? Like, did you watch like the movies and stuff?
I haven't seen those yet, actually. I remember I was, all that I remember exactly, because it was a while ago, I was on the internet while it aired, and I experienced that whole thing, I guess, is
yeah,
what I
yeah,
can
yeah.
say about that.
Because it was pretty like fucking inescapable when it
Yeah.
first
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out,
yeah.
right? Like
especially,
everyone was
but-
doing
I
it.
don't think I was watching anime when it came out.
Really?
So, no, I haven't gotten into anime at that point. So I never experienced that.
So you never like experienced like the golden age, right? Like the mid 2000s.
I guess I didn't. I guess I did.
What is your golden age, Connor?
What do you mean? I got into it like 2013, I think, and that's when I
Yeah.
really like watched a fuck ton. That was like when every single day was like 12 episodes. Oh, that's I can do
God,
that.
I missed those days. so
Yeah,
much.
right. Did you ever binge anime like that as well?
Oh, yeah, for
okay,
sure,
yeah,
for
good,
sure.
good. Yeah, you would just watch any shitty 12-episode anime you could find on
Yeah.
like and you're like, oh, it's 12 episodes. I don't know what it is.
I was like,
watch
oh, the summer season has what 27 new series? Yeah, I got time.
No problem.
I got time. I'll check them all out.
And now I'm like, a 20-minute episode? Get the shit out of my
I feel like that's how
face.
you can tell who like a new anime fan is when they can actually watch anything. I'm like, what's
Yeah.
wrong
Yeah.
with you? What the fuck?
Yeah, why would you watch
I
this?
don't know. I find it so weird, right? Because it's my mentality with watching content has like changed so much. Where do you know what I mean? Where sometimes a 20-minute anime episode just seems like such hard work, and then I see like a 2-hour YouTube video or like a fucking 3-hour VTuber stream, and I'm like, I got time.
Yeah,
I got time.
It'll be
Exactly.
like it'll be 20 minutes of like super highly produced $1 million budget, and then on YouTube it'd be like 2-hour speed run of Mario's nipple percent.
Yeah,
Which one do you choose, dude? Mario nipple percent.
Sure.
Every time, man. Like I need to know.
It was really interesting actually is that back in the day I used to be able to watch a lot more anime because I've always been very busy. I've always been a very busy being, right? Except back in the day I didn't have a problem watching dubs because I could do my work and I
Yeah.
could listen. But things have changed. And
So
I
are you
cannot-
just like a
How
no
so?
dub person now, or
It's not a hard no on all dubs.
Yeah.
It's not a hard no,
Do you have a dub that you like?
but Bacano.
Yes.
But
Good
I feel like that's a classic, like, of course.
Fuck you, Joe.
I never said the Bacana dub was bad. There's so many motherfuckers on the Reddit who are like, wow, Joey thinks the Bacana dub is bad. I'm like, no, motherfucker, I never said
just
that.
better than the sub,
I just think
man.
the sub is also good.
All right.
All right, I'm
and
gonna
that's
head out
fair
now.
as well.
I'll let you two have your little.
Thank you. You're my favorite guest so far.
Jesus
I mean-
Christ.
Sorry, you
They did a
ahead.
great
Good
job.
job.
you-
They
you-
did a
you were
great
talking
job.
about dubs and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to ever be one of those people that's like, because that really kind of just puts like a damper on all the hard work.
Yeah,
that a
Joey's
lot
got
of
Joey's got
people
that on lockdown. It's like, I mean, it says you don't steal the stain.
do. Yeah, but
Joey's like, as a professional Japanese person,
As a professional Japanese voice actor.
let me just fill out my resume.
Yeah.
I
There
don't need
is
to watch
also-
that.
I'm sorry for interrupting you.
no, you're fine. It's okay. The thing is, at the end of the day, there's also the fact that just because you work hard on something doesn't mean that it's good. Which is it's harsh. It's harsh. That's what I say to myself. I only say it because that's what I say to myself every day. Just because you work hard on something doesn't mean that it's going to be good, and it doesn't mean that it's going to be high
every
quality.
dub voice actor is just like pointing at the other one like.
No, listen.
She just slayed the entire fucking dubbing industry.
Look, I'm not even a voice actor. Please don't come after me, please. This is about anything, not just voice acting. It's about anything that anyone does. Listen, please. So
Reaper was just like, if you suck, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I say it to you because I say it to me.
I think more people need to hear that.
Yeah, advice from Callie. How about you just don't suck and
You'll be good. You'll be good.
I mean, it do be like that.
I mean, I got to ask, because you do a lot of things. Do you produce your own music as well?
So I've gotten into music production, and I've made some of my own tracks in the past. But for this, I really wanted to put emphasis on quality, and I don't think that I'm, in terms of producing music, at the level of quality that I want to be match my rap vocals.
Right.
So of course I reached out to a producer a long time, somebody whose music I've loved for a long time. His name is Kaze, Kokoro Beats, and he does like Dojin music, and also he's like a DJ, and he's fantastic.
Dojin music?
Yeah, like Toho, Dojin music. So listen, no, it's a little different. No, like Dojin music.
Dojin doesn't just mean porn.
Yeah.
Right, it's like
You're tricking me.
No,
Wait. So that scene, he makes music for hentai?
No, it's like
I'm so confused.
So basically, he runs a Toho Dojin music circle called Kamo, and they're like they do hip hop remixes of Toho music, pretty much.
Okay, just to clarify, okay, Dojin in the traditional sense just means fan made.
Yes.
You probably need to explain what Toho is as well. Like,
It's a game.
Toho's the fuck. What is it? They're the
bullet hell game.
Yeah, the bullet hell game.
Yeah. Okay, I know Toho.
I
like bullet hell games, obviously.
Okay.
No cutscenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't need to explain what Toho is.
So like the term doujinshi just means fan made porn.
Damn, they really like adopted that word. Though.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was
Exactly.
another. I thought it just meant porn.
Yeah. So anything that's doujin just means it's fan made. Like it's not actually official
Oh, I thought it was
to the
just. I
franchise.
thought it was just the Japanese word for Rule 30 thought.
I mean, that's what it is like in the West.
I mean, like going on a bit of a tangent.
Yeah.
But I found it. We'll get back. We'll get back.
No worries. No, don't worry at all. It's fine.
I'll make a mental note. But like, I found it super interesting that when I first moved to Japan, when we were having a conversation with a bunch of Japanese people, and we were like and they have like no word for hentai. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was super surprising for me. Where like, what do Japanese people call hentai? Because when you want to refer to like animated porn, they don't have like specific word for that.
This in conversation.
You were there in the conversation.
Was I?
You were just like mentally checked out.
Wait, what was this? When did this happen?
It was like outside. It was like one of the Boardwalker parties. And
I think I do remember something like this.
Yeah.
And I was just like standing there like, what is
So
happening?
Callie, do you watch hentai?
What a great question. No, I don't. I don't know what that is.
Thank God. All right. I saved your
I just saw
reputation.
the manager wipe a sweat off.
There's no need to be. I don't know what they're talking about.
Getting back to your music, you were talking about shit. I can't remember what you were talking about.
We were talking about my producer.
Producing your
My
own
producer.
Producing your own
Right,
music.
yeah.
That's what we were getting at.
Yeah. So basically, so I found, or I rather asked for some help from one of my favorite producers. Who I mentioned is in the Toho Dojin music circle, and I wanted to pick someone whose music that I really enjoyed. So we just started working together, and he's been really helpful because at the same time I'm also trying to learn how to music, right? And back in the day when I was doing my own independent stuff, I got decent at it, like okay. But there's always this feeling of like, this could be better. Well, if I do it myself, it's not going to be the level that I know that it can be, right? So we'd work on it together, and I would mix the initial file, send it over to him, and then he would fix it up and like tell me what he did and like that kind of thing, and kind of a collaborative effort, right? So I can kind of learn a bit, see what can change, etc., and get better, but also put out a quality product, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean, you said you're producing your own music as well, and you've done animation. You mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Like, is all this self-taught? Or do you have any background in it?
So when I went to Reaper School, I did do a little focus on. I went and I studied comics, actually, comic writing. Yes.
Okay.
And a little bit of animation as well, but that was mainly what I wanted to do, aside from reaping, of course. But I would say that was my focus, but then of course things changed dramatically when I realized I wanted to do music. And that was pretty late in the game, I would say, to be honest. I had finished my schooling and whatnot, but when I realized what I really wanted to do, and I was like, oh shit. What have I done? What have I done? I've existed this long, and I'm now realizing that I want to do something else. And then I started doing the music thing and realized, oh, I'm better at music than I am at drawing and reaping.
Literally everyone who goes to uni.
Yeah.
Literally our entire lives.
I feel like you go to university to figure out what you 100% don't want to do.
Yeah.
Which is normally the subject that you
I mean,
should do.
it's normally the case where if you're forced to study something for 3, 4, 5 years, you normally have a good inkling by the end of it whether you want to do it or not.
Right.
And a lot of the times when you're like fucking forced to pick something when you're 18, you're like, oh, maybe I'll be, maybe I'll be good doing this.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you're gonna get that choice wrong. Right?
Of course,
sure.
yeah. Because I don't know a single person who like actually graduated from like a degree